Hello everyone, and welcome back to Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Previously, we began the game's fourth case, and it opened with a stunning scene. Poor Kay Faraday here got thrown off the roof of a 51-story skyscraper. And she survived somehow, but not with her memories intact. She has amnesia, and is quite sad to hear that she's a great thief. It's a bit odd, bit funny, bit tragic, all at once. Now, it's also interesting because on the 50th floor of this skyscraper, the PIC, the Prosecutorial Investigation Committee, they hold counsel here in their new offices. So I'm assuming that Kay was here to try and steal something from them. Maybe to help Edgeworth? I'm not sure. And anyway, if all that wasn't enough, someone actually did get murdered. A woman over there who the coroners seem to think is named Kay. But about that, I actually had an idea between videos. If you remember, there was a letter in Kay's possession. Someone named Jill has possession of her most precious memory. I think whoever found the body, or whoever went through the body's things, they found something that belongs to Kay and think that the deceased owned that item, but instead it's Kay's property, or something that is about Kay's identity, or something like that. So yeah, I think that body over there, it belongs to Jill. So only time will tell. We're still looking around, actually, so let's investigate a bit. Can't leave. How are the bookcases? These books all seem really thick and heavy, sir. The PIC did just move in here. Moving all these books must have been a lot of work. Oh, Lord knows, I have a very large book collection. I have like 4 bookcases worth of books. They're small, narrow bookcases, but still, I have a lot of books. I love to read. Moving heavy objects is my specialty, sir. If they had just called me, I would have helped. Then perhaps I should ask the chairman if there's anything else left for you to move. Whoa, that was just a joke, sir. If I had to carry something up 50 stories, I wouldn't be able to do any more work today. Of course, I was joking too. But were you really going to carry things up the stairs? Yeah, elevators exist. Okay, well, there's a bloodstain. This is Lady Justice. You sure do know a lot, sir. So what kind of powers does she have? It's not a superhero. She is a symbol of justice, not a superhero. Aren't superheroes symbols of justice? It said the scales represent justice, the sword power, and the blindfold equality. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Is that a book? This is a really huge statue. Why is it in a place like this? She is known as the Goddess of Justice. You might call it a statue for judging prosecutors. It seems the statue was also made by Pierre Hoet. Wow! Oh, you mean the victim of the IS-7 incident, Isaac Dover? Setting aside his background and personality, he really was a brilliant sculptor. Well, they do say that artists are either geniuses or weirdos. I suppose Larry would fall into the latter category. Yeah, that tracks. A pool of blood lies at the feet of the goddess statue. Judging from the pool of blood, it seems that this was where the victim was killed. That's a lot of blood. I don't think this was a bludgeon. But, sir, the body is over there. After murdering the victim, did the killer move the body? Ah, I knew it. I almost, before inspecting the pool of blood, I almost looked around elsewhere just because I thought if this was the last thing I needed to look at, then it would, oh well. I'll have more chances to look around. Excuse me. Oh! Yeah! Oh! Okay, this is what... Oh! Okay. So, wow. That is really surprising. It's Franziska. So, boy, I wasn't surprised when Shilon Lane showed up in the flesh because they said his name earlier and they even showed him in black and white as a flashback. So, yeah, that made sense, but anytime Franziska was referred to, it was only in the vague terms. We didn't see her, we didn't see her name. I didn't believe she would show up. But you know, if we're coming off a case hot on the heels of, had Manfred in the spotlight, yeah, it makes sense to bring in his daughter. Oh boy. You are? Oh yes, what is it? That voice? It's Von Karma, right? Do you know her, Granny? Good to see you again, Doctor. And you as well, Miles Edgeworth. What is she doing here? Franziska Von Karma. She is a prosecutor working with Interpol, and the daughter of Manfred Von Karma. She should be jetting around the world right now. Wherever there is a case, I will follow. National borders mean nothing before me. Your presence here must mean that this case has international significance. You know well enough that I'm chasing a smuggling ring. I shall recover all the stolen goods and crush that organization. Then, does that mean the smuggling ring is also involved in this particular case? Any further information is confidential. I am not obligated to speak of it with you. So it won't be that easy. Miss Franziska Von Karma? Granny says... The autopsy is complete. You're free to do what you want. In that case, we would like to investigate as well. I've heard rumors about you. No way am I letting you near that body. You're that prosecutor who's about to get the boot. You best run on home now, Sonny. Just so you know, I wasn't the one who said that, okay? Please, Granny. We need to investigate, no matter what. Hey, lassie, who you calling Granny? Eek? I'm sorry. We're not getting anywhere. I guess I have no other choice. Franziska, please allow us to aid you in your investigation. We must examine that body in order to find out what happened to Kay. To Kay Faraday? I'm asking you too, sir. Kay's in really bad shape. I don't know what's going on, but fine, I'll grant you permission. See, she's a good sport. Her whip may be vicious, but she's at least she's not corrupt like Justine Courtney. I don't know to what measure Courtney is corrupt, but God, she is corrupt. You have my thanks. Of course, I didn't say it would come without a price. You'll explain everything to me later. We really owe you one, sir. I wasn't talking to you, Scruffy. Youch! So that's how it is. If you would be so kind as to authorize them to, Doctor. I suppose it's fine if he's with the prosecutor from Interpol. Is what she says, and I fully agree with Granny. By the Von Karma name, the entire world will be judged. That's just common knowledge. That's rather conceited for common knowledge. Well, it's none of my beeswax anymore, is what she says. I hope you don't get in trouble for this. You needn't worry. My reputation will not be shaken by something so petty. Unlike me, who is on the verge of losing his badge. Yeah, I wonder if Franziska even knows. Hey, another chance to look around. Hello. Oh, let's finish doing that. Yeah, I don't think we can even look at the stained glass. I wish I could, though. Well, time to speak to everyone again. We'll end with the body, I think. Gumshoe. Prosecutor Von Karma just got here, and she's already hit me with her whip. Even if I stand further back, she always seems to hit me before I can get out of the way. No, it's worse than that. At times it feels like she'll even chase you down if you manage to avoid her attacks. Oh, yeah, that feeling of despair, I know it all too well, sir. I won't lose to you in terms of how many times she's hit me with her whip, Mr. Edgeworth. That's not something to boast about. Another K? Bet they look identical, sir, like two peas in a pod. They only share the same name. Please try not to jump the gun. Jump the gun? Oh, is that like when you jump while you're holding a gun? Last time I did that, I accidentally discharged my gun and shot a hole in the ceiling. That's not what it means at all. It means to not be so hasty. Understood, sir. Well then, Mr. Edgeworth. We have permission to examine the body now, so let's see what secrets K's pea in a pod holds. Someone's pod is missing a few peas. Please, detective, there's no need to jump the gun. Okay. Officer. Is the investigation going well? Sir, I'm actually putting my job aside to do some brain training. By focusing on images instead of words, you can stimulate your right brain. Please stop talking. I love how frank that was. Yes? Can I help with something? Oh, nothing new for you. Granny? Karen? You Sonnies want something? Is what she says. Yes. Let us speak a lot. First up, a prosecutor's badge. I've seen lots of those. Ouch! A prosecutor who's about to get canned shouldn't be showing off his lingering attachments. If that badge means so much to you, maybe you should have lived a better life. What is truly important to me is not the badge itself. I'm sure what my granny meant to say was, there are times when you have to obey those above you, or something like that. Thanks for the advice. Do you know anything about this flower, maybe? That's tied up pretty well, that frilly thing of yours. I would like you to look at this piece of evidence rather than my clothes. Not interested, she says. I can't say I'm very interested either. Perhaps I should try presenting a different piece of evidence. Any thoughts on the letter? No. Well, maybe we'll find something with the body we can ask about. For now. Miss Jensen, could you tell me about your relationship with Dr. Young? Yes, ever since I was little, I've always been together with Granny. Whenever I got lost, she would search for me until it got dark. And whenever I fell down, she would watch over me until I could get up on my own. What a charming story. She sounds like quite the grandmother's child. And after I became a nurse, whenever I'm about to make a mistake with my injections, "Not there, there," she'd say, and she'd grab the needle and ouch!
Ouch! Just hearing it hurts, pal. Please keep those stories to yourself.
Anyways, as long as I have Granny by my side, there's no nursing I can't do. I see. I fully understand. Thank you for your cooperation. Regardless of her charming story, they do seem to share a very close-knit bond.
Dr. Yun, you sure are a masterful coroner, pal. You work with such blinding speed and you make no wasted movements.
What do you sonnies know about autopsies? You don't know the first thing about my work. Allow me to apologize for his rudeness. I'll be sure to reprimand him later. Listen up, Yunan. It is my duty to perform the autopsy quickly and accurately. That's why I have no patience with those who get in the way of my work. Is what she says. Are you satisfied? Yes, very much so. We only wish to investigate. We have no desire to get in your way. It looks like Dr. Yun's stubbornness comes from her devotion to her work. What a spitfire. The Dai Yun Hospital is a splendid hospital, and Granny is in charge of it. Well, how about it? Would you like to be admitted and experience it for yourself? That's right. Right now, there's an opening in our hospital suite with the outdoor spa. We are in good health. There is obviously no need for us to be hospitalized.
That's right. We're perfectly healthy, pal. That's our sole redeeming feature.
Just what does he mean by that? Well, you see, the Dai Yun Hospital also accepts healthy patients. We're currently in the middle of our Full of Life Healthy Hospital Stays campaign. Those without injury or illness can stay at our hospital for half the price. Well, this is Japanifornia, so I imagine half price is still thousands of dollars. Why would you need to stay at a hospital if you're healthy? This is the chance of a lifetime, so what do you say? Hospital stay, hospital stay.
You know, an outdoor spa at half price does sound like a good deal.
Don't fall for it. Oh, what a bunch of weirdos. Oh my god. Franny, speak to me. Yes, what is it?
Present.
Franziska, I would like you to take a look at this. I'll ask just in case. What is that? It's my prosecutor's badge. And? That is all.
Yeah!
You should be relieved. You felt pain, right? Uh-huh. What do you mean by that? Fools can't catch colds, so I thought they wouldn't be able to feel pain either. Huh? Huh. Okay, do you know about this purple flower? Miles Edgeworth, unlike you, I am actually busy. I don't have the time to look at something like that. Why don't you just look at that evidence again by yourself? She is certainly as harsh as ever. Huh. Yeah, I don't imagine she would have anything to say. Oh, wait. One step too far. A murder case at the PIC meeting room. Since you asked to cooperate in the investigation, I do hope you'll be able to produce results. Naturally. Why do you think I am here? Well, now that you mention it, why are you here exactly? That's right. She still doesn't know about my PIC hearing today.
The circumstances behind it are deeper than the sea, sir. Allow me to explain it on Mr. Edgeworth's behalf. Ouch!
Miles Edgeworth, I do not care about your circumstances. All that matters now is reaching the truth of this case. Am I wrong? Indeed, there is some truth in what you say.
If you ask me, I don't think that is totally... Ow!
I'll say this. Whipping someone is easier than being worried.
But being on the receiving end of the whip isn't easy at all. Ow!
Franziska, why are you here when you are supposed to be working with Interpol? Curious, are you? But it's confidential. I have no obligation to tell you. Her response was as I expected. More importantly, shouldn't there be a prosecutor in charge of this murder case? I don't know who it is, but I was hoping it wouldn't be someone completely useless. They're not even here yet. They're late. Just what is that fool doing?
It can only be the best. Oh my god. Wait. Are we gonna see Franziska and Sebastian interact? Oh my god! Oh, that is gonna be great! Yarg! I have nothing to do with it, sir.
I wouldn't think it's very commendable to just whip people at random. I swing, therefore I whip. That is my philosophy. I will whip anyone who slacks off in their work. To the yet unseen prosecutor in charge, I hereby offer you my sympathies in advance.
Oh.
Judging from your exchange just now, I take it you've met Dr. Young before. How astute, Miles Edgeworth. That's right, she is an acquaintance of mine. Back then, it's a long story. It seems she doesn't intend to tell me anymore. Shall I leave it at that, then?
So what happened back then? Please tell me all about it, sir. Yow!
A foolish fool shamelessly prying into other people's business. Watch what you say, Scruffy.
How cruel. Whipping me out of the blue. With great whip comes great responsibility, sir.
One good whip deserves another. The scruffy fool gets the whip. Try harder, worthless whip bait.
Yarg!
It appears I was right to leave it at that. Okay, we'll just leave you be, I guess. It's half of a large round table with 11 chairs. It seems to be based off a certain legend.
I know that one, sir. It's the famous Knights of the Brown Table. Was I wrong? Knights of the Clown Table? Knights who say knee? Okay.
Bring me a shrubbery.
I really did not expect a Monty Python reference here.
He's getting colder, but I won't say anything.
So I guess, Artoria sits right here in the gold chair. This body. It's not Kay, sir. It doesn't look like her at all.
Of course it isn't. Kay is alive, after all. Her age is, I'd guess, around 30, and she's wearing a pantsuit. She has gloves in her pocket. It's almost like she's like a lab tech or something.
Maybe she worked in one of the offices in this building.
So her identity is still unknown. The question now becomes, why did the police believe her name was Kay? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Oof. There's a lot to unpack here. Let's look at the candelabra. Could this be the murder weapon, sir? A three-pronged candelabra. It's consistent with the number of stab wounds. Oh. Oh yeah, I guess those black dots on the blood would be a stab. Ooh. She was probably stabbed by the prongs of the candelabra. Ouch! A candy zebra? I'm afraid it's not quite what you're imagining, Detective. A candelabra is a candlestick holder with multiple arms. Oh, so it's a candle holder. You know, one time I forgot to pay my electric bill, and I had to get by with only candles. What time period are you from? Hey now. Okay, maybe I'm just thinking of the salt lamps again, but I better look out for anything with like a star-shaped indentation. Or that's a... What do you call a six-pointed star? Well, it's a six-pointed star. Let's save the bit of paper for last. There is some blood on her head. Maybe she was hit with something. We don't know that for sure. Our investigation will ultimately clear that up. There doesn't seem to be anything in this pocket. This pocket has holes in it, sir. Judging by how the cloth was pierced, she must have been stabbed by some sharp object. All your coins would fall out of those holes, sir. Detective, haven't you ever heard of a wallet? Of course I have, sir. I just use my pockets, though. Most people do, right? Never mind. The flower? Something seems to be pinned to her jacket. It's made out of purple cloth. It looks like it's been forcibly torn off, doesn't it? Oh. Hold up. I think it is connected. Oh my god. Wow! Now that I look at it, yeah, that does look torn. Oh my god. Eureka! The purple flower Kay had with her. I wonder if that originally belonged to the victim. Now that you mention it, the cloth does look the same as the one on the pin. Yes, let's compare them without delay. It's a perfect match, sir. Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth. Ah. The fact that this flower belongs to the victim means... That can only mean that Kay Faraday came in contact with the victim. And about that corsage, it looks like it was forcibly ripped off. There is a possibility that Kay Faraday is connected to this case, and depending on the situation, we may have to consider her as a suspect. What did you say? There's no way she did it. It's unthinkable. Kay could never do that, sir. However, it's true we have no evidence to deny that claim. It's nothing more than a possibility at the moment. Isn't that right, Miles Edgeworth? Indeed. For better or for worse. How about the gloves? The left side of her white jacket has been stained a deep red. This jacket, the buttons are on the right side. Oh. Huh. Isn't that normal, sir? All of my clothes have the buttons on the right side. For women, it is normal to have them on the left side. Ah. Mr. Edgeworth, you really do know everything. I've never heard of that. That's just common knowledge. There doesn't seem to be anything out of place. Huh? There's something white in her pocket.
They're gloves. Pure white ones. One for each hand, sir.
They don't seem to be dirty. Could they be the victims? Okay, what's going on with this hand? There's like a burn or something on the back. There's a burn mark on her hand.
Is it connected to the cause of death?
No, it appears to be an old scar. She probably got it a long time ago. Seems there's something in her hand. Detective, could you open her hand for me?
Yes, sir, understood. This is... Oh, I know. This must be a gift card from a department store. Yarg!
It seems to be a key card.
Why?
The question is, what was this key card for? To get in here. Not just anyone can get in here, right? Now the bloody palm, wonder if she grabbed at her own wound. But if she did, would that mean she's left-handed, or...? The left side of her white jacket has... Oh. Wait, but what about her hand? Huh. Well, I guess we'll leave that be. This notebook.
Mom, isn't that Kay's promise notebook?
Oh, yeah! From her childhood. Wow, yeah, see, there she is.
This is the notebook she wrote all her promises to her father in. It really takes me back, sir.
Yes. When Kay was young, she and her father wrote the promises they made in this notebook. However, why is it in a place like this?
Oh, now that you mention it, I once heard something from Detective Bad a long time ago. It seems that before anyone had noticed, Kay's memento had gone missing.
What? So a piece of evidence that was in police custody went missing.
Detective Bad frantically searched all over for it, but it seems he never found it.
What could this mean? Why was the missing notebook found here? You there, do you happen to know anything about this notebook? The victim was carrying this notebook when we found her. That was the only evidence we had to identify the body. So that's why you called her Kay.
What a misleading victim, huh? Why does she have Kay's notebook?
I sure would like to have some information on the victim's identity, though. Definitely Jill. Surname, it's gotta be punny. Jill... Sandwich. Let's go with that for now. Alright, let's think a thunk. This is pretty cut and dry. Perhaps the key card the victim is holding is for this room.
I'll go find out, sir. Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh man, this actually reminds me of a story involving key card doors and skyscrapers. So, when I was a little kid, like I want to say I was like 8 or maybe 11. Anyway, I was young, probably 8, somewhere around 7 or 8 actually. I remember I was having a pretty bad day because for some reason, for the first time in my life, I noticed the natural bump on the very roof of my mouth, and I kept feeling it around with my tongue, and I was freaking out because I was convinced a tooth was growing in the center of the roof of my mouth. I know that's an actual possible thing that can happen, and I think I knew that back then too, so I was freaking out because I hated the dentist at the time. And so that entire day I was nervously licking the roof of my mouth, just building anxiety about this bump that I didn't know what it was, even though it's just the natural bump in the roof of my mouth. Anyway, on that day, I went into Seattle City with my mother for to accompany her to work. It was like Bring Your Child to Work Day or something. And she worked in a big skyscraper downtown at the time. And I was with her in her office, and I think at one point she gave me a mission. She asked me to take something in my hands. I think it was like a letter or maybe a small little box, or it was a file. I think it was a file. And she told me to bring it down to a few floors below where she was, just a few floors down. So I went to the elevator, I delivered it where she said, and then I returned to the elevator. And then I tried to punch back in the number where my mom was. But it wouldn't work because the elevator actually had a key card slider in it. My mom completely spaced and forgot that to get to the floor that she works on, you need a key card to slide into the elevator. And so the elevator door closed, and I freaked out. Okay, I'll just go to another nearby floor, and then I'll get back to Mom. Okay, everything's good. I'm freaking out here. And so I forget which floor exactly it was in comparison to where my mom was. And I stepped out of the elevator, and I stepped into what felt like a horror film. It was a weird floor that was just all very narrow hallways, and it was dark. The ceiling had lights, but none were on. It was like pitch black. And I was like, hello? What's going on? Hello? Is anyone there? And so I start wandering in this very dark, dimly lit place, illuminated only by like ambient light from where windows shine in on the outer edges of this convoluted hallway, the maze, and I'm calling out nervously, hello? Hello? And eventually this random guy finds me. I was like, huh? What's this random kid doing here? And I tell him that I need to get back to my mom on the so-and-so floor. And he brings me with his key card and he swipes it and I go back up. And it was a very bad day. And it's just so ingrained in my memory. I'll never forget that day. Just this building anxiety over this weird bump in my mouth. And that wasn't weird at all, actually. And getting lost on a spooky horror floor is freaky. Okay, that was completely pointless in telling you that. I had no point, I just wanted to share it.
Mr. Edgeworth, from this room's security system, we were able to retrieve the data of the victim's card.
So that means the victim was able to freely enter this room. If the card actually belonged to the victim, of course. Yes, of course.
Investigation complete.
Oh yeah. So, the victim's identity remains unknown. Should you really still be calling me Kay?
Of course. What are you saying, pal?
Thank you. But then, what about that woman? She is someone who you may have killed. That's all we know.
There's no way that's true. Right, Mr. Edgeworth?
I also do not believe you killed her. You are such a naive man, Miles Edgeworth.
Here I come to save the day. Who?
Huh. That voice.
Yep, okay. Here we go.
So don't be afraid anymore, for the best prosecutor is here today. Pardon the interruption. Mr. Edgeworth, get away from the victim. I have inherited her dying wish. No one asked for you. Huh. Did you know the victim? Just as I thought. The goddess of law will surely reveal the truth to us, so please rest in peace. That's right, Justine. Now that I'm here, everything will be A-OK. The culprit will rue the day he crossed paths with Miles Edgeworth, who is this fool of a man? Yeah, that didn't take long. Why is she glaring at me? You are Franziska von Karma, am I correct? I apologize for my late introduction. I am Justine Courtney. And the deceased individual is... Oh, this is gonna be good. Attorney Jill Crane, one of the members of the Prosecutorial Investigation Committee. Okay, Jill Crane. Huh. Okay, I've not seen the pun, but maybe there's like a paper crane allegory going on here. Huh. Oh dear. I see. So that's why she had the keycard. I take it you're in charge of this case. Well, is that new? Did you always extend that baton like Justine extends her gavel? That's right. And with me in charge, this case is as good as solved. Yow! That reminds me, I haven't caught your name yet. If you just wanted to know my name, you didn't have to Just state your name. I will not tolerate any unnecessary remarks. Sebastian de Best. It seems the pecking order has been decided. Mr. Sebastian de Best? Here, this is from Granny. This is the autopsy report. Oh, it seems you've been bested, Mr. Edgeworth. This wasn't a competition to begin with. My job is done. May we meet again in front of another corpse. I love this lady. Okay, let's go home quickly and eat some noodles. I'll be leaving too. Take care, everyone. Godspeed. The victim's head wound was post-mortem. Sebastian. And the candelabra dealt the fatal blow. Estimated time of death is late last night. What is it, Justine? While I do appreciate your enthusiasm, perhaps you should give your tongue a rest. You might pull a muscle. That would be painful indeed. You know what? I can't even contemplate what a pulled muscle in your tongue would feel like. And I'm grateful for that. Sounds nightmarish. Anyways, it's quite clear now. Kay Faraday must be arrested.
What? What's the big idea, pal?
It's just as he says, Detective. The culprit is Miss Von... Vaughn? No. Miss Kay Faraday. The young lady in bandages over there. Although she's not wearing her usual attire. Are you not Miss Kay Faraday? And what would you do if she is Kay? If you're going to arrest her, then I will resist by any means necessary. That I guarantee you. I am now convinced the doubts surrounding your suitability as a prosecutor were indeed warranted. It's fine, Mr. Edgeworth. You can go. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine.
What are you saying, Kay? You can't just go along with him, pal.
But I don't remember anything. What if I really did kill that woman and then forgot about it? If that's true. Acknowledgement is the goddess's mercy. Atonement is her will. The goddess of law will surely praise you for your prudence.
Sebastian and Judge Courtney,
If you believe she is the culprit, on what basis do you make your accusations? Unless I'm completely convinced by your explanation, I will not obey your orders. Fine, have it your way. Now sit tight and listen to the perfect reasoning of the best. Why we suspect K. I am the best in the world. No one else can do what I do. Yes, that's why I was the first to realize that Kay Faraday is the culprit. She broke into the meeting room in order to steal something. In other words, she is the only one who could have killed Miss Crane.
His logic's as awful as ever, sir.
Harsh words coming from you, Detective. I asked for some basis to your claims, yet your reasoning has told me absolutely nothing. However, we have no evidence to prove she didn't do it either.
Don't worry, Kay. I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth will pull off a miracle.
You think my deductions are some kind of miracle work? You'd better not disappoint me, understand, Miles Edgeworth? Because if you do, this whip of mine won't stay silent.
Rebuttal.
Yeah, this seems pretty obvious. Only people with key cards could get in here, and Kay obviously does not have a key card. I am the best in the world. No one else can do what I do. Already, I've noticed 2 contradictions in your testimony. My reasoning is flawless. It doesn't contain even a single contradiction. The number of contradictions has just increased to 3. Oh, I get it. This is all a part of your plan to mislead me, isn't it? Well, too bad, because the best will not be led astray. Yes, that's why I was the first to realize that Kay Faraday is the culprit. If you believe Kay is the culprit, then I would like to hear the basis for your reasoning. Just sit back and be in awe of my brilliant deductions. Nothing escapes the watchful eye of the best. Before I had even laid eyes on the crime scene, before I was even aware of this case. Yes, I knew that she was the culprit. Yow! Basis of your reasoning. Yes, ma'am. Oh, he whipped himself now. Well... She broke into the meeting room in order to steal something. To steal something? Steal what, exactly? That's, What Kay Faraday tried to steal was a file. Its contents, to be exact. An investigation report regarding Prosecutor Edgeworth. Yeah, I saw that coming. Do you have any evidence to prove she needed something like that? I am not the one who needs to present evidence. Isn't that right, Prosecutor Edgeworth? Yes, I suppose that may be true. What? At any rate, Sebastian, please continue your reasoning. In other words, she's the only one who could have killed Miss Crane. Do you have any evidence to prove that no one else but Kay could have committed the crime? Nope. Sebastian, let me tell you what would be the best thing for you to do. Look into any other possible suspects besides Kay. Right now, post-haste. The best thing for me to do? Look into any other possible suspects? According to the preliminary reports, there were no traces of anyone else besides her. Even so, isn't it too premature to declare that she is the culprit? Declaring that she isn't so early into the investigation That she isn't so early into the investigation is a little premature as well, is it not? If only I had evidence that could prove Kay's innocence. Good grief, there is a limit to how much you can falsely accuse someone. It's fine, Mr. Edgeworth, you don't have to. Fear not, Kay. The truth will be revealed soon enough. Mr. Edgeworth. Kay couldn't have murdered Miss Crane. If I can just prove that, she will be cleared of suspicion. Let's prove that she couldn't have done that. She couldn't have broken in.
Objection!
It certainly sounds like you are quite familiar with this room. The best man for the job should know all about the best places. Unfortunately, it seems that you are not the best man for the job. Are you mocking me? That's for you to decide. You didn't even know about this keycard, did you? Of course I know about that. You need it to enter this room. Any moment now, it'll click. Huh? Was it really needed? This foolish fool simply doesn't know when to give up. Ouch! Sebastian, did you really suspect Kay? That's right. She's the only one who could have done it. Well then, allow me to ask you. Since this room can only be entered by using the keycard, how did she enter the room without one? Well, she probably used this and that and... Oh, did you pull a muscle? Allow me to explain then. The door could only be opened by members of the PIC, which means... Yes, that's correct. Uh-huh. She conceded so easily. Take a look at this. It's a record of this room that I investigated just a while ago. At 12:52 a.m., the door was opened using Miss Crane's keycard. Okay, wait, but hold on. Hold on. Elephant in the room. Who is the unknown user that entered at 10:15 p.m.? Nearly 3 hours ago. 324-61983. Why is their name exempt from the record? Oh, there's something covered up here. It's probable that the killer entered the room together with the victim, Miss Crane. After entering, the situation must have soured, leading to the murder. Your logic holds, but it is still merely conjecture. And it would imply that the killer and the victim were acquainted.
No way, pal. Kay doesn't even know the victim.
That is merely an assumption on your part, unless you have any evidence to prove your claim. Evidence is everything, in court and at the crime scene. Without it, your argument is invalid. In that case, I trust that you have evidence to prove that Kay Faraday and the victim were connected. Of course. What? This letter was discovered by Dr. Yun in Miss Crane's breast pocket. The victim's belongings? Why did she withhold such vital evidence until now? Could it be she was waiting for the perfect time to reveal it? Come to think of it. And the candelabra dealt the fatal blow. Estimated time of death is late last night. What is it, Justine? While I do appreciate your enthusiasm, perhaps you should give your tongue a rest. You might pull a muscle. I'll read it for you. To Miss Crane, thank you so much for helping with my plan. I'm glad that we can help each other get what we want. It's like killing two birds with one stone.
Oh. You know what a type of bird is? It's a crane. And also, K is a crow, because the Yatagarasu is a three-legged crow. Oh no. Two birds with one stone indeed.
Please get revenge for 12 years ago, K. In other words, Kay Faraday and Miss Crane were accomplices. They probably planned to steal something from this room.
Preposterous.
Wait, that means the main culprit is... It's still Kay Faraday, of course. It just means her crimes have increased by yet one more.
Uh-oh. It's also soaked in blood, huh?
I'm the main culprit?
Don't believe her, Kay. It's all a bunch of nonsense. There is no way Kay would do something like that.
Nonsense? Not at all. The evidence speaks for itself, wouldn't you agree?
I knew that they wouldn't suspect Kay unless they had some sort of proof, but to think they would actually have such decisive evidence.
Nicely done, Justine. Thank you very much.
Hold it!
Your explanation is still insufficient. I cannot accept such an argument.
Sebastian, would you please leave this to me?
All right, make sure you shut Mr. Edgeworth up once and for all. I can't allow their allegations to gain any more momentum. I must turn it around here. The letter from Kay. Well, simply put, anyone could have written that letter. Unless it's Kay's actual handwriting, then I don't believe it. Kay really wrote that letter. Just straight up. Alright, wow, they actually did it. They brought back Franziska. Wow. I mean, I'm happy. I love Franny. She's the best. I love that she's found a new whipping boy. Like, the instant she walked on screen, I had a thought, oh my god, let her find Sebastian. Oh, Sebastian's gonna be whipped black and blue, I swear to god. That poor boy. But yeah, the international smuggling ring, the plot against Shen Fa, the framing of Kay, the killing of a PIC chairman, it's all connected. There's a tapestry being woven around us, and I still can't see the big picture yet, but my god, there's someone or a team of someone out there at the head of all this. Someone is tying all this together. Someone out there. Probably won't be met and revealed until the next case, but damn. I'm also surprised that Miles himself isn't implicated as being a culprit. Maybe he's next on the chopping block if we prove Kay is innocent. After all, he's slated to have his badge taken away, and a PIC member was killed. It doesn't look good for him. It does not. What an interesting case this is. I'm fascinated. Huh. Well, all I know for now is that I'm really hungry, so I'm gonna go grab some grub. Have some leftover pasta with a little cheese, a little tomato sauce, and some mini shrimps. Get me good.
I'm Zephyr the Jester. This has been more Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. So until then, please take care.